Hello, Kingsman. Welcome back to the battlefield. Today, we have another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle for you. This is a 4v4, and it's got some high pointers. Like really high pointers, especially with the French side. There is two 11-point Frances, I think it's 10-point Spain, France, and then you have a 6-point Polish Legion. And they are going to be taking on a very weighty, heavy... Oh, we got rockets too. The UK is the USA UK 7-point. As you can see, bringing the rockets. They even had some guerrilla forces, some Iroquois warriors who are in an LOC already. These are actually really tough to kill. They're skirmishers who have good melee. It's like, doesn't seem like it makes sense. Skirms that can fight well. But there's two Russian players, so it's a I think it's a 9-point and 10-point Russia. And then of course 10-point Austria, and then like I said, the 7-point UK. So this one was sent in by Implex. I do believe he's playing the 10-point Russia. I guess I'll find out at the end of the battle. But I'm really excited to see this one, guys. This one is going to be good. It's going to be a hotly contested battle. And already you can see that the Kazakis are just kind of like going at the Russian or the French Dragoons. I think they were trying to scare them off. I think we do have some French cav, yep, some French cav charging up, trying to save their lancers, and they're gonna charge up some dragoons. Now, Kazakis did catch the dragoons as they were on the river. Excellent charge here, as you're gonna kill a lot of models here. Already killed 4, 5, but actually, I think the dragoons turned to face them, so Kazakis are not gonna do as hot. Now, we do have an all-out cav charge here. We do have Kirasiri, 2 of them, but I think that Austria, Russia, and the UK are okay with taking this fight, as these are dragoons going in. They're going to hit the dragoons. They're going to force the French maybe to have a fight. You can see that actually UK is pulling back, forcing the French to have to push forward as they start encircling them. You see Hussars pushing up on the left, and Russia, Kazakis, as well as some Ulani pushing up on the right. I think their plan is to try to push them in here, force them in here, and then funnel troops around both ways. You can see the Kirasiri is doing very well, though. These Carabiniers are going to easily break the Hussars of Austria. Now, over here, we do have the Kirasiri trying to get themselves out of here. Some more dragoons who are going to die. And France actually lost some more cav over this way. But you see, actually, Austria is planning with some dragoons and some hussars to encircle these carabiniers. This is a combat gen, guys, so you do not want to lose this, but they are active and they are heavy, so they're not going to move very fast. You see they're getting charged in the back here. France managed to get their heavy cuirassiers out of there for now, although it doesn't look so promising, as now Austria has some heavies they're pushing up. You see Ulani going to chase down these cuirassiers, force them to turn around and fight. I think their plan is to try to get the French cav off the battlefield here. And now they're charging some Ulani, who are a lot faster than these dragoons, try to hit the back of these carabiniers, try to break even more of them. And that's the big thing, guys, right now. They are probably not going to break this unit, but you're killing as many models as possible as they're falling back here, and force them to have to turn and face you. So this whole cav fight, oh, our rockets are going in too. Rockets, in my opinion, rockets are a waste of money. These carabiniers still just get repeatedly charged. They are getting tired. You see, actually, they're wavering now, as just Russia and Austria have just cycle charged into them. And now Kirasiri are meeting Kirasiri. We do have Polish Lancers charging the flank. That's actually not going to do well for Austria, as Austria is wavering here. But then here come more reinforcements, some more dragoons. Oh, Russia sending over some dragoons and some Kirasiri, Novigard of their own. So France is actually looking like they may be overcommitting here. I think they're going to break. Yeah, they've broken the Austrian Kirasiri, who for some reason didn't have a flag. But I think they're going to lose their heavies. 11-point France is going to lose their heavies. They're going to pull some of the cav out. Ulani's going to charge in. Austria's going to try to get their cav out of there.
Our general is under attack.
There is a Russian general here. Kutuzov. No, it's not Kutuzov. No, it is Kutuzov. Poland is going to send in some... No, it wasn't Poland. Russia was trying to hit this line here, maybe take out some of the infantry here, but this cav fight has raged this entire time, And at the same time, we do have Russia went in dragoons, attacked a whole line of French here, the skirms, and actually we got French grenadiers going in against the Iroquois. So I think they can definitely take that LSE. Russia sent in some dragoons to kind of stop this, but they have lost them now. And I think the French and coalition are now going to calm down here. The Kirasiri's still alive, but badly bloodied. And actually, oh man, it's lagging like crazy. Actually, it looks like, what's going on here? It's pausing and lagging. That never happens. But it's not acting like the game itself is pausing, because I'm hearing sound still. So maybe someone paused. Okay. Just too much going on in one area. So now these Kirasiri's are going to fall back. France, the 10 points sent over some of their chasseurs cheval light cav, which they desperately needed during this entire battle. They just weren't able to get them. But it's kind of too late. We got Austria and Russia, Russia sitting over here. We do have Austrian cav way back here. So I like this huge front that they have. Now we do have the UK sending in cav, charging the French in the back as they are trying to take this LSE. We do have some dragoons now charging across the river here. And they're probably going to break these Quebec light dragoons, but the light dragoons did what they were supposed to. They charged in and broke some French, so they are breaking the French on this small town here. And these Iroquois are going to get some good kills at point blank. Every shot's going to probably tell at this range, so they are skirmishers. Now, I think they are going to now chalk up this town to, or this house to a loss. But it has delayed the French so much that look at the positioning, because remember, these coalition armies are slow. Austria's a slower moving army. Russia's a slower moving army. There's two of them. And the UK looks like they're going to go for the flank, maybe take this river and hold it. I love this positioning. I love the positioning they're getting. They have a river along here. The French are on this side, but they have a tree line. And, well, they have some mounted guides hiding here. So it looks like the French have all focused this direction. All of them are over here by this little crossroads. And they're going to push up from there. But it's going to give Austria the perfect, Russia as well, the perfect positioning. They're going to be able to form up their men as this fight's going to keep raging. These Iroquois are still kicking. Look at this. They use like stinking tomahawks, I think. Yep, tomahawks. So the French have lost a lot on this one town. They probably gonna send in some grenadiers now that they've defended. But I mean, all these Iroquois have been shooting the whole time. They can't just ignore them. I mean, let's see here. They have one. Yeah, the grenadiers, the line. Those were a costly loss. Oh, a general did die. That is unfortunate. 11-point France general died. Now we maybe have some more units marching for the house. Yes, they are. They're going into the house. The Iroquois are going to have to hold again. Nothing else is really happening in this battlefield at the moment. So, Iroquois fighting.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
And bravely fought by the Iroquois, but, you know, there's only so much they can hold. Oh, I didn't know they could go up here. That is cool. Oh, do we have more cav engagement here, which I'm starting to miss? Some dragoons going in, some hussars going in. Looks like they're trying to maybe flank these cuirassiers here. Russia is rushing over some more, no pun intended. Russia is rushing over some more cav, as well as Austria to help hold out here. These cuirassiers broke the hussars easily. France, I think, is trying to win back the initiative with the cav on this side, but I don't think it's gonna work out very well for them. And actually, now Russia is going to push forward forcing France to push up the rest of theirs. Their Kirasiri's are going to get caught out. Some Dragoons are going to get excellent charge on them. Oh, it started raining. And they're going to pull their Dragoons back and send the Kirasiri's back in. This cav fight has been raging for most of this battle now. And Russia actually looks like they're doing well. We have some Ulani Dragoons charging in against the French Dragoons. We have some Hussars flanking. This reminds me of, I bet you this is chain. I wouldn't be surprised if this is chainmail. The way that the cav's being played, this reminds me of chainmail. Just a NTW3 player. Got a lot of good advice from him. But anyway, I digress again. So, make sure nothing else is happening. We do have some French cav pushing up here, some Dragoons. Maybe they're going to try to go for some infantry artillery. Look at the mass of just the red mass here. France is losing their cav once again. And actually, I'm going to pause that because I realized the sound's not catching. We do have French artillery here. Some 4-pounders going to really try to even the odds here. The Russians are going to have to be very careful with their Novgorod. I butchered that. We have some Carabineers sitting way over here. Honestly, they should just stay close to their infantry. At this point, I think the French need to just be defensive with their cav. Let their infantry do the heavy lifting because they are outnumbered. Although we do have some more. They have 2 11-point Frances. So... oh man, this cav is getting focused down. The rockets are actually doing something. So Austria is going to be pushing out here with their infantry. I believe they looks like maybe their general is with them. Or maybe they're going to fall back now. Like, yeah, we don't need to. Russia is in the center with Russia on the right flank. And the far right is going to be the UK. Now, the UK are bringing a lot of Canadian fencibles, basically like Landwehr, sort of. A militia. Maybe a little better than regular Landwehr. And they're bringing a lot of those. Now, they do have some of their best infantry pushing across, making a beachhead. You see that Poland does have some cav right here. We do have some reserves. I do like to see this. Look at this. We got some Austrian reserves, some UK reserves, and then the Russia has some reserves as well, and they're shifting over some Landwehr as well on this side. So I'm concerned that the French, now that they've lost their cav, they are going to be in a shooting match. They are not going to win. But now begins the favorite part, the musket volleys, just like the constant musket fire. This is going to be awesome. Russia's going to start just pushing up. Got rockets going in. Look at that. Imagine being on this side, just pushing up. You see the French, and then you see just rockets going in. Now, France does have a good positioning here. They honestly, I would fall back to around the LOC. Oh, although this is going to be huge. Russia is going to, and the UK are going to have to face a large French army here. That is just going to be pushing over. Now, they do have some of the forest secured. In fact, they are pushing all the way across the forest. It looks like Russia is going to be holding the river, possibly. We got rockets coming in. And this is the part where... oh, okay, so I was going to say the part where everybody's going to form them up, but the Russians are going to go in here. It looks like they're sending in some musketeers to take the brunt of the fire at first. Although, actually, they're going to get very danger close in this area. Yeah, we got a flank over here. We have Austria's pushing up over here, and we have Russia just spearheading in the center. I mean, this couldn't be any better. Oh my goodness. All right, anyway. I love being able to zoom out and see the tactical view. It's the best part of this mod. Now, France is actually falling back here. They do not want to fight the Russians. If they had artillery right here, it would be perfect. They can start just firing into the Russian army. Now, I don't know if they are hidden. Some of them are hidden, but some of them are not. So France looks like they're just going to immediately go on the offensive here. It's like to hurry up and get across the river. We have some skirmishers setting up right here. Gonna start popping shots off at the French already. Now the French, okay, we have a 3-pounder that's already firing here. That's probably what killed some of the UK, but the UK are gonna have to form up fast because France is going for them. France and Poland are gonna go for them if we try turning this flank. Now Russia and Austria is kind of a little further behind, but Russia is pushing up. This is what you want, guys. You want to have the double stacked lines. You can boost morale. These are not the greatest line infantry, but you can see they have units behind those. These guys will have fire at will off, and this is just like militia, but they're going to keep these guys morale high enough that they can exchange some really good volleys. Surprised these guys aren't firing. But if Austria caves in here, France is in act probably should give up this town and fall back so they have a river to defend them, because at this point this looks really bad. This is looking very bad. France is walking into, in my opinion, a trap. They don't even see these. These guys are hidden. Not these guys, but all of these guys are hidden. The best units are hidden, and they're going to swing around the flank, and France is going to be... fate is going to be sealed here. You see Russia's actually pushing up to the river, stopping the French from being able to go across and really pushing that flank. So now they are going to be able to just hold them easily over here, and they're going to start pushing on this left flank, and I assume on the right flank. Russia's job will just be to hold this center. They just got to hold this area, keep the French there so that the rest of the Russians and Austrians and UK can push over and flank. Looks like France is going to be okay with staying here. Man, why aren't they shooting? Spoke too soon. They're shooting. Yeah. So it's going to be... Why are the UK going over here with their infantry? Where are they going? So all of this militia can definitely hold this little French army. I'm really excited to see what Russia's going to do here, because you see France is falling back across this river. Austria is pushing up here. You see a lot of French calves still over here, but they're falling back because of the artillery probably of Austria, and they don't want to deal with it. So Austria is going to start pushing over here, and in fact may be able to take this land bridge and just push across, because France is falling back. Now we do have some Russians possibly who are starting to waver, and we do have a cap charge coming in. Dragoon's going to hit the... Ooh. So Russia has the toughest job right now. They are going to have to try to hold back, and they are breaking. 2 units just broke to the Dragoon charge.
Our men are running.
Some Russian Dragoons now are going to set up here. Who's running? Oh, artillery. Oh, wow. So that was a really good charge. They took up the 4-pounders with cav charge. They probably lost all their cav, but... Oh, Allied General has died. Oh, no. Artillery just shot the Russian general 2 pieces, and Russia's going to have real problems here. This is concerning. You see Russia's actually starting to fall back a little bit. Please tell me that wasn't because of this. I don't think it was. They just fired. But Russia actually is going to have some problems here. You can see they are starting to fall back as France is going to start making some headway here. Perhaps pushing across. They're still fighting over here. And Poland has shown up, so actually the UK need to get themselves out of this. Is bad. This is actually turning... This is turning back into the Imperials' favor. They're starting to really show their hand. Now on this right flank, they are definitely losing. But oh, here's another French army. I didn't realize, my goodness. So this is only 2 of them. There's another whole French army here that Austria's gonna have to turn and face. I honestly thought this was all the French. I thought all the French were in this area. So France is going to show their hand here, pushing up. So this battle is not, by any means, a wipeout. We do have Russia getting really close here. France desperately still holding. They're shifting over some reinforcements. You see some heavies that are going to be pushing up here, but oh, we have some Polish that are going to get charged by some Gusari and get destroyed. Poland's probably sitting in the back lines here. I think they're sending over these units because they want to defend all this artillery. Ooh, we do have line infantry now for France charging in on the skirms of Russia, and they're probably going to break those skirms. Russia has fallen back over here. Maybe they're hoping that they have a strong front with all the artillery. They have a grand battery basically setting up right here. We have some more artillery over here, Austria and Russia. So I think they're going to maybe fall back, let their guns do the speaking for a little bit. They are pushing over here. Very strong push. And I think actually they got this. You see, we do have some line infantry who charged in on the French here. And now the heavies are going to punch in here. Excellent use of heavies. So you're going to see a huge break. As now infantry are going to follow this up, and look at the wavering. Look at the wavering. It's everywhere. And France is going to have a huge morale rout, a mass rout here, as France is going to push across over here, flanking the UK. But over here, Russia has made a huge breakthrough. They are actually doing a bayonet charge as well. And the heavies were able to execute a massive cav charge, causing France to now have to fall back. They had no squarables except for one, I think. You see now the Kirasiri are going to be pushing up here, trying their best, perhaps to break as many French as possible. Austria is squaring up against another 11-pointer, but France is starting to break, and they are going to have to fall back. Oh, what happened here? Oh, France. And, no, France, just France. That was Poland for a second. France went in and is running amok, taking out so many artillery pieces. Huge loss, unfortunately. They just lost a lot of artillery. Not all of it, though. UK is now in retreat as the Polish Legion keep doing bayonet charges and just breaking them here. We do have some Lancers going to go after some Quebec Light Dragoons. So France is winning over here. UK is starting to have to fall back, but France is losing over here. They are in mass rout here, as now Russia is going to start pushing up, turning the flank, as this river is now not going to be able to hold. But Poland is definitely destroying the UK along with France. So even odds, maybe. We do have a lot of artillery here that needs to be protected. Because oh man, this is going to be bad. Poland's going to go in for a charge on tons of infantry that are in the river. And then a bayonet charge is going to come in the back. UK could totally break here. This is all like fencibles. I think Poland's trying to stop them from being able to retreat. Now we do have some Gusaris going to push up here. Austria is going to hold. In fact, Russia's going to help out with this fight here. So Austria and Russia are going to hold against this 11-point France, and the other Russian player, along with some UK, are going to push up and try to maybe get an initiative on the French. And the French are not gone by any means, and they are actually pushing up some dragoons here. If I were to guess, they're probably trying to go for some artillery. We do have the fencibles getting bayonet charged. They are trying to rush back across. Oh, if they could just get these guys if they could just hold this side of the river, it would be huge. They would be able to hold. You can see the bayonet charge now as Poland is going to charge across here. And the UK are going to run. I don't think Poland wants to let them get a established foothold on the other side of the bank. The Dragoons did try to take out the guns, but it's not going to work. And now we seem to be having a fight over here where France and Russia are fighting. This is only 2 French units. But dang. A lot of men in these units. France seems to be going over to try to reinforce this area. At the same time, they're going to be pushing up. They have Cav attacking the back of this 100D.
Our men are running, sir.
Which lineups are breaking, but they are routing the French already. Now Austria is going to be able to form up here. Now we do have some Cav along with infantry that's pushing up here. So Austria needs to be very, very cautious here because you see the Kirasiri and Carabineers and Dragoons as well as 3 line infantry. Austria is going to really have to multitask because they're now in an engaged line fight with the French over here. The UK it does seem like the UK have fallen back, managed to fall back without losing too many troops, but Poland is across the river, and they are going to be pushing up here. Now, the question is France going to push up in front of all of these guns? Russia is also holding right here, as France is outnumbered here. They have to play defensively right here. They got to win this side, and they are losing. As of right now, they are definitely losing. We do have some Dragoons going to coming in hot for the Russians.
Glorious victory, sir. It's soon to be yours.
But France is starting to break. This French army just doesn't have enough. Maybe they could win against Austria with their heavy cav. They have a lot more cav here. So maybe they could win that fight. But I think Russia has the majority of the wins. Oh my goodness. Some more cav going in there, looking to mass break. Have a mass rout of Russians. UK still holding strong against the Polish, but Russia is going to be struggling here in the center. And perhaps we got some French cav going for the guns, as the artillery is going to get themselves away. And oh wow, the Dragoons made it to the French guns, or the Russian guns. Now hopefully they can get a general to inspire the troops. They did, and they actually managed to keep some of their men. So it's almost was bad, but it wasn't. So the coalition still has their artillery. They're going to punch holes. Russia's still struggling to hold over here. The UK, honestly, I would say UK needs to push over here to help out on that side. Russia and Austria still pushing here on the right flank, holding the center. They have reserves. I love that. And they have a lot of calves sitting in the back. This fight is so massive. It is so massive. We do now have some French who are going to bravely march in front of the artillery. Caldwell Rangers standing here, shooting them down. Artillery is going to really start doing. Oh, we do have a charge here. Simulanen from Poland going to hit some of these defensibles, break them. This is the big thing. We got French infantry charging in against the guns. Hopefully they're using the barrage, but we do have some dragoons now who are going to charge in here. And unfortunately, actually that square is working really well for them. But it may have bought time for this artillery to now fire. At least over here to fire. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That's worth it. That is worth it. You're gonna break so many units, and yes, you may lose this artillery now, but you've broken so much. Okay, I'm missing probably something happening over here. So Russia is still pushing now. France is going to come to their aid of the other French army marching across. So Russia is using the reserves to try to hold them at bay. At the same time as Austria is double stacking, triple stacking, and uh-oh. We may have these guys firing into their oh no. That's unfortunate. I've done that too many times. You have units behind firing. Russia is starting to fall back here. They do have some infantry going in, and the artillery somehow is still alive. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Our men are running, sir.
Russia, or not Russia, UK just had just started breaking again just because of Polish Lancers charging them, so they just are falling back once again. So this fight's still very shaky, very shaky. Over here, I would definitely say that the French are starting to lose, although Russia is starting to have a flank here that is starting to be focused down, as France has now managed to push up with their ally, and Russia just got put in a ring. Half circle where they're just getting fired from all sides. So Austria and Russia are now falling back. France is going to start probably pushing up, but they're falling back here. Things not going so well for them now. And they just want to be careful, I'm sure. Make sure that they don't actually lose. They do have some line infantry. Oh, they lost. Do they lose some? No, they didn't lose any other good stuff yet. The Grey Breeks, and Elegant Extracts. What a name. And of course, you have the Pontius Pilate bodyguards. Russia and UK are now going to fall back here. Maybe use their artillery as France is going to push. Now, nothing really happening in the center. If France had anything in the center, they should be pushing it up now. In fact, could you imagine if they... Oh, what? Huge break. It looks like maybe France waiting for a bayonet charge and just got shattered. We do have some cav going in here, probably going for a general. Got some men who formed square here. And Kutuzov's going to get himself out of there as these Dragoons are going to fight some Ulani. I cannot believe that Russia managed to break the French on that charge. But Russia and Austria falling back. They are definitely falling back. They don't want to get destroyed by a massive flank. And their ally is having some problems here. Oh man, the shrapnel has been deadly in this fight. And it's still in the fight here. Oh my gosh. So much death. All that was from grape shot. All that. So the artillery helping hold this side here. We do have some Polish pushing over on this side. And you see, actually, France is going to fall back. They are very weak. And they do not want to overextend themselves. Now, LOC-wise, I do believe the coalition is okay. There's a 2-pointer that is being held by the French. But they have a 4-pointer. I mean, right at this point, it doesn't seem like anyone's really focusing too much on it. We do have artillery getting charged by some Polish Lancers, but I think, oh, they're wavering. No, they're confident. Confidence. These Russians managed to save their artillery. And now that artillery is going to run back and get on those guns. I hope. Oh no, they broke. They're getting volleyed. And actually the French artillery is now really starting to pound into this position. Now we do have some more Ilanin. Polish Lancer is going to go in and try breaking this left flank. France may be actually getting outflanked by the UK, but they are pushing on this left flank, and Russia's actually having some severe problems here, but you do see now that Austria is rushing over some of their light cav. Reinforcements are coming. Austria and Russia are coming back. This 9-point Austria had to hold for so long. And Austria may lose some of their cav, but hopefully they'll take out the, no. Oh, are they going for a general? Oh no. So Austria unfortunately lost all of their lights. They were very depleted. Now the fight is once again going to be, well, going to be back in the starting positions as France is now going to advance. I think the coalition's a little concerned at this point. UK pushing up with some of their better line infantry. We try to outshoot the UK, or not the UK, the French. As France now doesn't have artillery shelling them, so I think they're probably feeling way better here. The reserves of France moving up here. And Austria is going to hold this tree line. Now, this battle has been one of my favorites, to be sure. Just the back and forth, no one really decisively winning. Now, Austria's going to start getting pushed. The French are going to come back out from the LOC and start firing, not letting them get a chance to really form up without getting shot at. There is some Austrian guns still here, as well as some Russian guns, so the coalition is not out of artillery yet, thankfully. And that is going to be focusing probably on this Polish line. As Russia's going to pour in the rest of their reserves to hold this side. Oh, this is actually getting kind of desperate. Very desperate. Oh, the artillery, though, really helping out this side here. Oh, we do have some Ulani going for the artillery. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Actually, the Polish seem to be losing.
Our men are running.
Ah, no. But they lost their guns. Sadly, the Russians lost their 10-pounders that have been so helpful, but now they are actually pushing up here, as well as some heavies. Ooh. Some heavies gonna be pushing up here, and Poland's actually doing a bayonet charge against Russia, trying to break them here. Along with France over here, the fight's still going. France is actually falling back past the enemy guns now. That's captured and now are losing again. Russia is very, very wavering a lot, but Russia still has their heavies, and Austria's charged in as well. They are doing some terrible work to the French as they're pushing up here. So heavy's gonna go in, and this may be the Polish death sentence here. Yep, there is definitely gonna be a heavy loss to the Polish, as these heavies are just going to keep going. The infantry pushing up as well, and France is now like seeing the whole Russian army caving in on their flank, so they are going to fall back. France is still pushing up over here against Austria. It's a very slow, methodical battle right here. Now there's starting to be more bayonet charges. These Landwehr are holding against 2 line infantry. They are not going to do very well. Russia pushing over here. And this battle's getting very chaotic as now the Kirasiri's are in the back line. They're probably going to go in for the French. Oh, it's a bayonet charge. Massive bayonet charge. And these Kirasiri's are also going to go in. I feel it. The French are about to break. This is the comeback. Oh, huge mass rout by the French over here, and it is over for the French on this side. The only French army that is left is over here. Those heavies of Russia, along with the coordinated bayonet charge, were able to just shatter the French and Polish. Now it's just the French left here, who are trying to hold against the 4 armies of the coalition that are left. Granted, this French army is very healthy and very large, but I don't know if they're going to have what it takes. And they're going to be falling back here. This is the thing that I love about 11-point France, is their units are so large. I mean, you know, see 211, 191, 173. Like, they bring a lot of men. And it's French armies, so you know it's not like they have like terrible morale. There is going to be a lot of artillery sitting on this side, pouring in fire on the Russians. I think they are just going to ignore them. There is 15 minutes left. As Russia and Austria, I mean both Russia and Austria, are going to push up, probably take Selassie, and try to push the French back. I do not think that the French are going to be able to come back from this. That is my suspicion. Some line infantry in melee. Talk about brutal. The melee takes way, like, that's the thing about NCW3, I believe. The melee is way faster, which is more realistic. You know, you wouldn't be sitting there, like, swinging a bayonet at someone and then blocking, and you stand there looking at each other, like in vanilla. It's fast. Like, if you're gonna stab someone, you stab them. Appreciate the sound effect I made, you know. That's the sound it sounds like. So the UK are gonna start pushing over here, trying to take out these artillery pieces. And looks like the French are going to keep... Oh, we do have a huge... The Dragoons going to go in here on the Austrian line. Going against Grenadiers. The problem was they ran right in front of the square and then right in front of this line infantry before hitting right here, so he got shot to pieces right here. But now I think Austria is feeling confident that even if they start losing, they have an ally who's coming over to help them out. Oh, we have Kirasiri's here, who went in against the Russians, and now they're going to start falling back here as they got hit by some squares. And this is the last gasp, as it were. Oh, is this general gonna kill him in time? Oh, he's gonna get to him in time. So the general's gonna go after the artillery. Good old Gordon Drummond. And he's probably gonna go for this other French artillery, and they're going for the LC already here. So some musketeers charging in. Now they are going to get charged in the back by some more French. And this is going to spell death to the Russians, honestly. This Russian unit's not going to do well. These Kirasiri's are sitting here. They are just waiting. You know, they're like, say the word, boss. These guys have done a lot this fight. This is death. And it goes again. once again is going in. Puncturing the holes in this French army. And they're going to follow up some infantry here. Now there's a general right here to try to hold the morale steady, but against numbers, what can you do against such great hate? Oh yes, beta charge. Now Austria is probably not going to do so well over here, but you know, you can see the whole line is starting to waver here and probably going to start breaking. LOC still being fought for, some grenadiers against some carabiner. I don't know. The cav in infantry got broken. Austria was able to break the Austrians on this left side, but you see they're actually having some real problems over here. Heavies got themselves out of there, and now some light infantry are going to charge in here. The LOC is back in coalition hands. Austria did lose some of their infantry here, but they did take some serious damage. Oh, we do have an artillery as well, firing 3-pounders, so the French pushing up here against a hail of bullets and cannonball. Russia is still pushing here, as you can see a mass break now as France is breaking on the left, pushing up on the right. These Kirasiris are so tired. They've done so much, but they're going to start pushing up here. Can these 3-pounders help stop the push? Looks like they are, actually. This is the final fight. Everything else is gone. And Russia is going to start just pushing here and pushing against any reserves of 11-point France. Dang. This was a good fight. I mean, when it ranges all the way, when the fight is ranged all the way across the map, all the way over here, you know it was a good one. We do a bayonet charge here, counter-charging, all-out charge, the heavies going in as well. This is it. This is it.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest away.
Yeah, I didn't think it passed forward even once. Bayonet charge. Some grenadiers gonna charge in, and this is probably gonna break this line. And the sad part was, I think this French army right here lost their general, like in the beginning of the fight. Any of you that were there can kind of say how that happened, because I missed how the French general died in the cav fight. Unless it was 2 artillery. Alright, so I think this battle is basically over. I'm just going to fast forward. I see I'm fast forwarding now. I'm just going to fast forward here because it's just a couple French units left. There is one French unit way over here. What a fight. That was well played on both sides. My goodness. I mean, good grief. It went back and forth a couple times. I mean, it went back and forth. It was... there was a point where I thought the coalition was going to lose. To be sure. I thought they were going to lose. Now, there is someone over at the 4-pointer. Oh, man. I may just have to skip to the end, guys. Get the end results, because I think it's going to take a long time to kill this one unit. In fact, it may hit the 6 minutes before. So, I'll skip to the end here.
We have taken a building, sir.
Alright, guys. Like I said, that one was sitting by Implex, playing as Russia. Good kills on both sides. My goodness. It was, that was a good game. I really, really liked that game. Look at these. So these are the Kirasiris that I was talking about, the heavies. These guys did a ton of work, like 533 kills. They did so many charges. Lost a lot of their men, as you can see. That's a lot of units that got a lot of kills. Man, that was... Alright, guys, that's about it for me. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for joining me. I guess, that is it for today. I'll catch you all in another video.